big news with regards to Khalistani terrorist Arsh Dalla, who's also a close aide of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who's been detained in Canada. So that's news coming in as per intel sources that Arsh Dalla, Khalistani terrorist, close aide of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, has been detained in Canada. We'll try and understand and perhaps join the dots as well on where this is coming from. What really do we make of this big development that's coming in? But for now, what we can confirm is that this is a detention of Arsh Dalla that's taken place on Canadian soil itself. Now, we've seen India's stance as far as diplomatic ties with Canada is concerned, especially in the wake of the manner in which Canada has time and again given a long rope to some of these Khalistani elements on its own soil. India's diplomatic position on Khalistani extremists in Canada has been extremely clear. But yes, this is a big development taking place as we speak, that this detention has taken place on Canadian soil, and this is Khalistani terrorist Arsh Dalla, who's also a close aide of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. I want to go across to Arunima, joining us with more details to piece together the story so far. Yes, Arunima, what more do we know?
So Arsh Dalla has been on the radar of National Investigation Agency for some time now. After Hardeep Singh Nijjar was gunned down, it was believed that it was Arsh Dalla, or Arshdeep Singh as his real name is. It is he who replaced Nijjar. And the latest information that is coming in, and though I must qualify it by saying that the Indian agencies are yet to hear officially from the Canadian authorities. He's a wanted man by NIA, so ideally via Interpol the message should have come. But that has not yet happened. However, what we do hear from intelligence sources is that on the 27th and 28th of October, there was a shootout in Canada where it is suspected that Arsh Dalla was also present along with his other associates. After this shootout, the Canadian police took him into custody. This was the Halton Regional Police, which got CCTV as evidence and arrested him. However, they have not yet communicated to the Indian authorities about this arrest. And also, I must qualify here by saying that in the past, we have seen Indian agencies complain that Canadian authorities take these Khalistani gangsters into custody, but the detention soon ends. So I don't even know whether we want to call it just detention at this stage or arrest, since no official information is available. But he is definitely in the custody of the Canadian authorities. That's the input that the Indian agencies have heard unofficially.
Okay, all right. Arunima, what's also important though, we're yet to pick up more details, yet to receive more clarification with regards to whether this is a detention or can we call it an arrest, so on and so forth. But tell us a little bit about, why he may have been detained or arrested for that matter, and also draw a link to the arrests that have taken place in Punjab, gang members of Arsh Dalla who've been arrested by the Punjab police.
So what we do know is that in the interim night of 27th and 28th October, there was a shootout that happened in Canada. And in this shootout, it is suspected that Arsh Dalla was present there. There is apparently CCTV evidence that the local authorities, the local police had. And on the basis of that, they took him into custody. The Halton Regional Police Service, the Halton Regional Police Service that is probing this matter of the shootout that has happened. And based on their probe, we are told on the morning of 28th October, they took Arsh Dalla into custody. There were others also from his gang who were on the radar of the Halton Regional Police, and they were all taken into custody. But as far as Arsh Dalla is concerned, his role specifically is of interest to the National Investigation Agency. Arsh Dalla is, like I said, one of the most wanted by NIA. Those associates of Arsh Dalla have been arrested as recently as October 2024. Baljit Singh, alias Baljit Moore, who's from Bhatinda, is wanted in several cases associated with Dalla and Khalistan terrorist force, and they have been taken into custody. Dalla himself is a wanted man, but what we have to qualify again and again is that NIA, even though they have put out Arsh Dalla's name as a wanted man, have not heard from the Canadian authorities, and they're not really surprised. Because, something as basic as Nijjar's death certificate, which was required for, prosecution here in India, the Canadian authorities did not respond positively. So the Indian agencies are not very hopeful that they will hear anything positive on Arsh Dalla's detention also from Canada.
Okay, all right. Very interesting. But let's not forget, Arunima, that this is the second close aid of Deep Singh Nijjar that's been taken in by the Canadian police in about a week's time. So there's more that perhaps, the Canadian officials, the police there are trying to unearth. And it's a little bit of a stunner given the diplomatic position that Canada had taken on some of this Khalistani elements, isn't it?
Yes, but when you have CCTV footage, when you have evidence to suggest that somebody is carrying out shootout in your land, even if that person belongs to a group that you are protecting, it becomes imperative if you're a law-abiding country who runs itself on the rule of law to at least do a proper probe, and at least that's what we are told is being done in Canada. Whether he will subsequently be produced in a court and whether the Canadian prosecution authorities will push for punishment for Ashdallah, all of that is a matter that Indian agencies are looking at. But at this stage, they're not very hopeful because in the past also, Khalistan Tiger Force or people associated with Khalistani groups in Canada have been handled with a very soft stance. Kid glove treatment is what Indian agencies call it. So they're not very hopeful that something will come out of this detention as well. But at least the detention has happened is the input that the Indian agencies have unofficially.
Okay, many thanks, Arunima, for joining us with all those very important details. It's a developing story coming in from Canada where
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV 18 on all of our digital platforms.